So is it walking? Is it walking? Yes, it is. Welcome everyone to the 7th round of FWL. Actually, 1 second, let me do something quickly. It changed it. And I think it did change it, but I'm not entirely sure. 1 second, okay? Just... No, it didn't. Oh my god. No, it did change it, I think so. Okay then, so... Anyway, welcome everyone to round 7 of FWL here at Bahrain. For this short qualifying session of 80 minutes in a 29 lap race around the Bahrain International Circuit. So apparently it's only me commentating for today. I don't know if anyone else will be joining. Yeah, streamer is here, so okay. I don't know if anyone else will be joining, but as we wait for some minutes to go by for this qualifying, and also for, you know, it's always the same classic thing. Sorry for the small interruptions, but you know, I'm sorting out invites and everything. Let's review the sponsors for, as always, Season 8. Which is obviously offered by those sponsors. Those sponsors offering us some nice prizes, starting from David Racing, which will be providing a £5 Amazon gift cards to the winners of Tier 2 and Tier 3. David Racing, hosted by your fellow driver routes, actually, or team principal. David does vids. Then we have FWL, because the community side of this league, which posts memes, news, and walks with real drivers and so on. So yeah, make sure to check that out as well. Grid Finder then, which supports over 40,000 sim races by helping them find leagues, commentators and more, that will be providing an automobilist set from print to the winners of all 3 tiers. Super Fundraising, as we can go on board with not Shadow, actually, yeah. Super Fun Racing, which created from merchandising collectibles, they will be providing the winner of Tier 1 and 2 with a 2023 F1 season calendar of their choice. High Caliber Apparel, a US-based clothing brand established in 2021, and which has a close relationship with FWL. Oh, how is that? There's, oh my, what is Keys De Young doing? Was literally driving. Oh my god. Oh my. What was that? Bruh. That is the first time I see that. Let me invite someone quickly. There we go. So as I was saying, continuing on with the sponsors for this season. Sorry for the for what happened there. They will be providing a custom champion explosive for the winners of Tier 1 and Tier 2. This is High Caliber Apparel. hosted by your fellow racer High Caliber, who's down in Tier 3 if I'm not wrong. Next Level Racing, which used to be our title sponsor, providing an FGT cockpit to the winner of Tier 1 and 2, as well as a giveaway open to all drivers who complete at least 75% of races across the season, and that it will be for a FGT light cockpit. Pit Stop Prizes are a competition website offering amazing motorsport inspired prizes such as signed memorabilia, merchandise, GP tickets and more. They will kindly provide a £10 voucher to the P2 of all tiers. Lagara produced motorsport clothing across a range of collections ranging from driver hallmarks, freebies and special projects, and they will be kindly providing one t-shirt of choice to the winners of all 3 tiers. Formula Rings create bespoke rings inspired by F1 teams with unique materials and designs, and they will be providing a P3 of all tiers with a 50% voucher. Racetracks Art produces, I would say, different I would say more than 700 different layouts of racetracks from all over the world, finished in materials ranging from wood, carbon and neon lead, and they will be kindly providing a custom trophy to the winners of all 3 tiers. RCHGFX, there will be our graphics designers for Season 8. 60 Iconic is a company which provides F1 canvas art that can be displayed in any room and they will be providing a canvas to the winner of Tier 1 this season. Reaction Time from Podcast is a podcast run by Big Homie, and they will be providing a $25 Xbox gift card to the winners of Tier 1. That's very nice of them. Mo Push USA, our title sponsor, which is a sim racing gloves company owned by a racing driver, and they will be providing a pair of gloves for the winner of each tier, a 60% off code for the P2 and P3 of each tier, and a 50% server-wide discount code. Formula Prints, finally, is a company that produces a wide range of products such as phone cases, monsters, mags and more, and they will be providing the winner of Tier 1 and Tier 2 with an F1 phone case of their choice. That's it for the sponsors. Lots of drivers asking me to invite them. So sorry for the small interruptions, but yeah. Alright, so after the usual sponsors call outs or shout outs, I would say, let's go through the actual qualifying session and then the 50% race of 29 laps around Bahrain. We currently have in the leaderboard, as it stands, Chewy with a provisional pole position of a 128.0, then Anyred in second with a 128.237. Now pushed to P3 as Goldfinger goes second fastest with a 128.173. Jack Bram, the new driver here, with a Aston Martin reserve, as you can see, and he goes second fastest now, pushing Goldfinger to P3 with a 128.125. Then we have Anyred then in fourth, gets pushed to fourth with a 128.237. Shadow in fifth with a 128.479. Bram in sixth with a 128.487. Callum in 7th with a 128.578. Finn in 8th with a 128.579. Wick is on an outlap right now, but he's at a 128.743, now pushed to P10 after Matt Copper sets a 128.735, bringing him up to the P9. Toastman in the nice AlphaTauri, which changed the livery to black, white and red apparently this season in 2023 real life season. Also drivers setting the lap times as Damio goes 7th fastest with a 128.575. Hostfiller used to be 9th, now is pushed to 10th by Damio, and he sets a 128.614. Toastman gets pushed to 2 places down in 13th with a 128.754. Jasmine retires as he crashes out in sector 2. Wanna see what happened. That's not a good one. That's not a good one at all. Well, then I was saying Mika Hoekstra in 14th with a 128.759, just 5 thousandths from Toastman. Levy pits now, invalidating the second run with a 128.951. They are in 15th right now, as we have Jack goes second fastest with a 127.794. Yeah, but I wanted to see someone improve their lap time. Toastman goes sixth fastest with a 128.453. Then we have Jimbo, final driver in this leaderboard, with a 129.100, basically 1/10 flat. In 17th, last place pretty much, as just Mr. retired due to terminal damage. Keys got disqualified from driving the wrong way, and I think that's I think for as weakest spins, and we'll have to retry the lap time. But I guess that's the current leaderboard as it stands. Sheehan joins, so we'll be having a full grid. As we go on board with Shui Rupert, so we'll go on board with Jimbo then, who's actually not improving. Is there anyone improving on the lap times? I wonder. No one is, which is Shadow spins on the outlap. Not good for them, I guess, but it's only the outlap. Is there anyone actually improving their lap times or not? Doesn't look like it. Is Brem doing it? No. No one is on a flight lap. So we'll be waiting to see who sets the next couple of runs, and that will be a Finn. We drove on board for the while I was giving a shout out to all the sponsors, which sponsor the season 8 of FWL. But yeah, let's go on board with them, as they will be the first driver to start the I would say last couple of runs before we call it a day for this qualifying session, as his flight lap is about to start in a few seconds. Chia now joins and gets in his McLaren. He will have to set a flight lap, a first timed lap, if he doesn't want to be stuck in 19th place. But right now, Finn then crosses the line to start his flight lap. He goes, he approaches turn 1 in a few thousandths, I would say. He goes up to turn 1. Let's see if he can actually get to the top 7 at least, as he opens the eyes wide. Goes through this first, I would say, minor straight of the circuit. Turn 3 he goes. Actually turn 4, my bad. Turn 4, he sets at 28.5. He's just 30 thousandths up on his previous time. Almost lost it there in turn 5. He approaches turn 7 now. Goes into the run up to the second DRS straight of this circuit. Or better to say the third one. Actually the second it is. The second. And from the starting grid it's the second one. If you don't count the starting grid, then it's the third one. Sector 2 goes purple with 106.7. He improves by 27 tenths. Not 27 tenths. 27 thousandths. That's not bad. Indeed, that's not bad. He decides actually... sorry for the echo. He decides actually to go into the pits, retire. I thought he was going to continue the lap, but apparently he isn't. He may have done a mistake or anything. He thought he wasn't improving that much for a lap to be worth it, as we have quite a lot of cars there. Almost colliding with each other out of the pit lane. As we have 1 minute and 50 seconds remaining in this qualifying session, it's now about who will take the pole position and start the race in first place. As lots of drivers are now on their out laps, starting from first driver who will actually finish their session will be Callum, and we'll go on board with them for that reason. Lots of yellow flags being deployed in Sector 2 as the two Aston Martins let drivers by. Callum then first driver who will actually finish, be the first one to complete this qualifying session. So we'll go on board with them for the time being. The ice pad open for the Alfa Romeo as he crosses the line and starts his final flying lap of this session. Up to turn 1 he goes. Needs to really not mess up now, because it's a really technical circuit, I would say. The ice pad opened. So if you mess this up, there's no going back, I guess, and you have to start the race where you qualified. Obviously, as Callum, as I said, almost loses it around turn 4. He loses quite a lot in Sector 1, in fact. He's up to turn 7 now, onto the run up to the second year straight. He's meeting his teammate in ahead. Although they're not slowing up, so I didn't think they're doing the they're not giving each other a tow, I guess. Yes, well opened, though, as he approaches the end of Sector 2 with his, I would say, too long, the long chicane, because it could actually be probable. Sector 2 improved by 19,000 in Sector 2. His teammate is actually giving him a tow. So we're seeing tactics from Alfa Romeo and from the Ferrari Academy in general. As he goes onto the last corner, that's what opened to complete the session in P9 with a 128.523. Up next, we have Jack, who improves by 36,000. Not enough to take that pole position though. Up next, we have Host Gillette, who's improving as well. P8 for Host Gillette. Up next, then Wickers. P7 with a 128.336. Next we have Brum, who pits. So does Anired, who actually, Anired spins and invalidates. Daniel doesn't though. Continues on to cross the line in P8, drops Toastman down. Toastman who's still sitting a lap. Jimbo up next. P16. Sheehan next. His first and only lap of the session. P19, 141.698. That's not a good lap from the McLaren driver. Up next we have Toastman, who pits. So does Levy. Then we have Shui, who's the last driver there, who's completing the lap time. Shui does not continue the lap time. They actually are missing a full front wing. I wonder what happened at the back of the pack there. But that's your starting grid for tonight Bahrain Grand Prix, starting in a few minutes with a formation lap. I would say quite a good starting grid. We have Shui in first, then Jack in second, Bram in third, Jack Brand in fourth, Goldfinger in fifth, Henry in sixth, Wickers in seventh, Damien in eighth, Toastman in ninth, Hostfiller in 10th. That rounds out your top 10. I'm gonna review the outside of the top 10 places soon. We have Sparks in the chat, hello, saying my SLR lap time who put me in second here. So ahead of Jack, I would see. So not up to Shui's time, or still 127.5, but just higher than that. So I guess that's your starting grid. Then we have, by the way, Shadow, Callum, Finn, Matt Copper, Mika Hakstra, Jimbos, Levy, Chesmister, Sheehan, and Keith De Jong, who got disqualified, will start in 20th. I see all the mechanics are doing T-pose here. That's F122 to you, I guess. So we're starting in 15 seconds then with this. Actually, yeah, I knew I had to check. Qualifying results haven't been saved, but that's not a problem. What matters is, as it says, race results. Starting with the formation lap, give me a minute to fix this. Formation lap starts now. Gonna get all the data on screen soon. Let me just reconnect to Wi-Fi quickly, otherwise we won't get results. Here we go then. All good. Right, so formation lap starts now. As we have quite some dissing here. What is going on? Oh gosh, Jack already lost it in the straight. Quite some dissing that was, not gonna lie. But like, sure, was lighting. And we have, by the way, Jack, then Bram in third. Let me get all the data up on stream. So we have Shui on hards, then Jack on hards, Bram on mediums, Jack, Brand on mediums, Bowfinger on mediums, Danny Red on hards, Wickers on hards, mediums, Demi on hards, Toastman on mediums, Hostler on mediums, Shadow on mediums, Cullum on mediums, Finn on mediums, Matt Copper on mediums, Mika Hackstrat on mediums, Jimbo on hards, Slavy and Chesby got disqualified both on mediums, Sheehan on mediums, and Keys De Jong on hards. That's your starting grid for today's race. 29 laps of racing around this historical circuit, I would say, which made its debut in 2010. So, yeah. But it's got quite some nice racing action. It's always got that one. Why is Shoes lighting a lot? Is it me or is it Dezing? That's not right. Look at that. It's just sliding. It's just so weird. I see now it spins. So I think it was not nor lag nor dissing. It was just him sliding on purpose. That was just so weird. As we now get up to the starting grid, as Shui spins in the pit lane entrance. And he gets reset to track automatically. Because you cannot enter the pits under the formation lap. He will just reset you to track automatically. And here we go then. Everyone's getting in the grid lot. So Shui, Jack, Bram, Goldfinger, everyone getting the grid slot. Some people not getting that correctly, but it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lights for this Tier 1 Grand Prix at Bahrain. And this last time, and away we go. Shui gets a great start, but he's already attacked by Jack and Bram following behind. As we have quite some crashes at the back. Hasta hitting the wall. I don't know if they have damage from that. But up to turn 1 we go. Bram takes the lead. Shui is a bit on the inside there, gets pushed back. The two Mercedes fighting at the back. Also now Romeo going in, getting in the fight. That's Goldfinger at the back though. We already have some contacts between, yeah, Shadow got quite a bad start there to this race. Hopefully he can recover from that. As Weakers 3 wide it is at turn 4. Look at that. Hopefully no initial contacts. That would be great to see. But it looks like it hasn't come down yet. The pack as Goldfinger almost makes contact with Jack Brand as he has quite a snap over the steer around the exit of turn 7 as we go up to the second year straight now. Bram still leading, giving 8/10 to Shuid since he's on medium. Shuid is on hards, but the hards will come to life quite soon. Obviously the mediums are faster now. So yeah, that's your start to this race, and now what matters, as Goldfinger there loses it completely. That's not Goldfinger, that's Callum. Loses it completely. That's not good for him, as now rejoins the track in 14th place, attacked by Sheehan almost, but doesn't have that much of speed to get up to the inside line. Weakers and the Macop are fighting once again here. Those two have been fighting since the start of this race, even though it's still the start of this race, but yeah, as Callum takes advantage of that to take the place on Weakers and also on Matt Copper here. So he goes round turn 1, round turn 2 he goes. Matt Copper stays ahead as we have a spin from Shadow once again as Hosvilla pits. Jack Brandt and Finn also fighting. Meanwhile, for the 6th place behind Goldfinger, who managed to keep them behind and also fight with Henry at the same time. Finn stays back for the moment. Shui not being able to catch Bram at the moment, but yeah. Still quite close at the back of the grid as Chessmister gets dangerously close to the back of Wickers there, as he's having quite some revving issues there. The usual glitch we get as Chessmister looking desperately to go for a move, but he has to wait not to make contacts, not to ruin his race at lap 2. But I guess that's basically it for the moment being. As Goldfinger is getting closer to Anired there. Lots of close action and track. Goldfinger though looks to be closer. He's using EIS. He's getting closer and closer on the Mercedes ahead. Will he try to go for a move at turn 1? He moves up to the inside line now, and he stays behind and he makes contact with Anired, who loses a place on Jack as well. Manages to keep it on Finn, but that will be an investigation, I think. Or perhaps won't be, because Anired won't report him. I don't know what will happen, but what I know is that was a contact for sure between Goldfinger and Anired, as Sleepy now gets passed by Chessmister and also overtakes Quickers at the same time. As we have Macop there, lost it. Yeah, this corner, turn 6, is so difficult to get it right. If you get stuck, you will get stuck on the at turn 6 exit, it's over for you. You will spin uncontrollably. As anyone also gets passed by Finn now. Finn is on fresh mediums. The hards will come to life around lap 13. As tested it in a league race on Friday. And so did some other drivers, by the way, but don't think some of them raced. No one here raced in that league race on Friday. Some more drivers from Tier 2 and Tier 3 did. No one from Tier 1 did, though. As Stoseman is now getting the chance to make a move on the Mercedes up the inside. At turn 1, brakes a bit later. I think he does. Yes, he does have the IS for the second IS straight. As Henry is also really close to him. He also has the IS. So they they have the IS because of Finn up there, as he almost goes into the back of Toes, just like Goldfinger did earlier. Not Jimbo's. She had me was spun at the exit up turn 3. Maybe it's so close to Chessmister and Noir, but I think pretty much the back of the field is so close to each other, apart from Sheehan, who's spinning continuously now. Poor races for Sheehan right now. I don't want to be in the same spot. But yeah, that's how racing goes. Those men looking to make a move at some point on Finn. Made the move on Anirvan, now he looks to be making the move on Finn. And Casey is also looking to be close to Anirvan. Anirvan not finding the pace today, at least for the first few stages of this race. Perhaps it's just the tyres, I don't know. Weekers is also really close to Slavy. Up the inside he goes at the last corner. They're still side by side with each other. Weekers though will have the ass. Finn gets passed by Toastman Minoir on the straight. So does Weekers. Same teammates at AlphaTauri make them a move on the Alpines. That is not a coincidence. That is not a coincidence, or maybe basically AlphaTauri makes a move on Alpine at the same time. That's basically amazing to see. That tells you a lot about teammates as well. It's crazy that it happens at the same time. It's just like they're meant to be teammates or something. It's not the first time it happens though in league racing that the same stuff happens. Like you overtake someone and then your teammate does the same at the same exact time. It's just amazing. Wickers, while having lost of traction there on the exit, almost gets Levy up for another take on him. As Demi is getting closer and closer to Jimbo Minoir, but so is Callum on Damio. It's about who has the most amount of EIS as well. Because Bahrain is a track which basically drinks EIS so quickly. As I apparently lost the move here, sorry for that, but apparently Bram got passed by Shui and Jack. So now Jack is closing up on Shui. He's just 5 tenths now, gets closer to him. So we could see a fight for the lead happening anytime soon, though those two will go for some long laps here. Because until they pit on us, it will take a lot of time. Sheehan pits. Chaz Mr. Minoir going almost side by side with Wickers. Seeing someone going side by side somewhere, but I can't remember who was that. Shadow Minoir getting so close to Livy. It's basically this battle has been going on for quite a lot of time now. Sheehan goes with soft. Sheehan goes for the soft tag impound. What is he doing? And he now spins on track. You know, when those things happen, I always wonder what is going on. He now gets lapped by everyone. What is he doing? Yeah, he doesn't want to continue this race. I don't know what he's doing though. Now guys, he's got 5 possession from parking a dangerous location. Okay. I don't wanna say anything else, but yeah, that was weird. Living Minoir go past by Shadow. Sorry for missing those moments, but you know, when those things happen, I just wonder what is going on. Mika Haxter, by the way, got disqualified probably at the start of the race because he may have got disconnected from the formation up, so that's why he got disqualified. I don't know. But yeah, Callum closed the Damien Minoir. He's been closed for quite a lot of time, but the real battle right now is going on between Shadow and Chessmister. Shadow really close to the Ferrari of Chaz Mr. Noir right now. This is the closest battle on track right now. Then, of course, we got everyone below a second on the driver ahead, but as I said, it comes down to who has got the most amount of years. If you got that, then you can also have the driver behind you with years, but he's not gonna catch you so easily. Now with DIS and EIS, there's his slipstream down the inside of turn 1. He goes, he almost dives down the inside. Mister offers some space, some nice space that gets a better exit around turn 2 and keeps the place for now. But Shadow will have another round of DIS here as he goes up from the outside line. At turn 4, Mister breaks late. He still sticks up the outside to go side by side through this twisty section of turn 6 and turn 5 and turn 6, and up to the party shows Slivy. Meanwhile, Shadow had a contact with Chaz Mister and spun him around, lost him at plays on Matt Copper, same academy mate. But I think Chaz Mister won't be too happy about that, despite being still in 14th place. So he just lost, is now in 17th place, and not much changed, but still, a place matters. Even if you're in last place, I think it matters because of points. So I got some pings from oh yeah, not in the servers concerning this league. So we head on board with Finn, who's looking close to Toes as he locks up. Toes locks up as Jack also has a spin, has a moment there, gives the place to Bram, also to Goldfinger, who now takes advantage of that to take the place on the Mercedes. And Goldfinger also locks up in the meantime. Moment from Jack there, loses him the second place, and the fight with Shu he was almost having. Now it's a total race to rebuild, even though he's been dropped to P4, so not that many places lost, but still, because Shui has a gap of 6, actually, yeah, sort of 6, almost 6 seconds to Jack, and that's not good for him because he's on hards as Hostler retires on the pits. Been still close. Meanwhile, to Toastman and was able, I think, to see what was happening ahead between Jack and Goldfinger. Though Jack will have a round to up the ass to get past Goldfinger as soon as possible. So will Finn. Though Jack is gaining all the slipstream he needs as he moves around the inside. He gets the move done even before the corner. Though Goldfinger will now have the ass to perhaps do a replica what he did last lap. Stamy now gets past Jimbo around the inside. Actually, the outside they go off track there. Jimbo gets the almost gets the place. He breaks a bit earlier than Damio, but he still stays a bit ahead there. It's a battle between for 1 point here. Jimbo stays back. Breaks in front of Callum. Callum had to take evasive action there. And now Callum is on the 5-4, 11th place. Goldfinger gets passed by Jack as he has a moment around the off-track area of what is to be known turn 10. Just missing the right. Got past Matt Copper, I think, on the air straight. Column having quite a go here at Jimbo as he's looking to make the move on Damio as well. Sure, now sets. Actually, now people start setting fastest lap times apparently. Shui sets a 31.435. for the moment, provisional fastest lap time, which could stay or could change, depending on how the race goes. Yes, but open door for Callum as he goes round the inside. Here, turn 1, he tries to get the place on Damien as well, but he doesn't have that much speed as Jimbo still tries to stick round the inside, still keep the place, but he cannot. So he gets dropped to P12 now. Callum up. Has to face Damien next on hard, so obviously he has the advantage, but not for long, because the mediums will start to be struggling around 2 laps, which is not good for those medium runners, and there are a lot. It's more medium runners than hards, the hard runners, and not good for them. Meanwhile, been close to Toastman again. We have someone who got back in the car who disconnected. I don't know who that may have been, but a little bit of flash, that means someone reconnected and got back into the car. Obviously, because if the game finds a player to track data of and not AI anymore, that's why he plays Gisart. Finn is the first medium runner to get into the pits and to get a 5-second time penalty for spinning in the pit lane. As he goes for hards, obviously. Callum also goes into the pits for hards. Slivy into the pits as he double stacks with not double stacks, he gets held up by oh yeah, by his teammate. He double stacks with his teammate. Yeah. Now I realize now, yeah. If you have anything to say in the chat, feel free to, as I'm reading your comments. Macopper has a moment on the exit of turn 3, has to take the escape road there. Levy is coming behind, but he still has to get his tires temperature. Jimbo following Damio closely behind. Still, he has the chance to go for a move, as he has the IS on him. Right now he will, because he's below a second. As Brown now goes into the pits, gives Jack the second place there. Jack Brown goes into the pits, Goldfinger goes into the pits, Toastman goes into the pits, that promotes Aninrad in 3rd, Keys in 4th, Damien 5th, Jimbo in 6th. Jimbo's still not able to take the place on Damien. Wickers also stays out, Shadow stays out. It's for 1 more lap, I guess, or 2 more. It depends on what the driver's strategy is. Just Mister could be close on pit exit. No, never mind. Jasmine is already outside of the pit exit as Jack Brand there has the chance to fight with Goldfinger for P10 as they get close on at the pit exit. Goldfinger going around the outside, braking so late he locks up, but he still stays behind, and Toastman is now coming up for those two, even though they all have to to get the tires temperature. But once they do, they will start getting closer to those who haven't pit yet. Matt Copper also pits now. Finn really close to Toastman. He has the tires temperature, so he could try and move anytime. Shui with a 131.390 improves the fastest lap time. I think someone else will improve that one surely on fresher tires. Finn has been behind Toast for quite a lot now. Even at even the overcut here worked for Toastman really well. I think Finn tried to do in the undercut, but it didn't work. But he's closer though than earlier, and he almost comes to the contact. Look at how close that was. Wickers now pits for hards. Finn is trying to go for a move now from Toastman. He's too far away though. And Toastman looks up. His fresher set of tire. Jasmine who also pits goes full hard. The only drivers who haven't pit are Shui and Shadow, Jack and Anured, Keys, Damien and Jimbo. And once one of them will start to pit, the others obviously will follow as a chain reaction. I'm starting to see that Super Cities right now having a 2-3 right here as Jasmine spins at the exit of turn 3 or at the entry. But now it comes down to who does the undercut and who does the overcut. It looks like the overcut is more powerful, so seen by Toastman, but Finn may have been held up or something, so who knows. But from what I've seen, the overcut may be more powerful than the undercut. Goldfinger is close to Jack Brand. He could try and move anytime now. So he gets the IS from the first IS, actually last IS straight if you want to count it from the finish line. Moves around the inside, gets the move down even before the corner. But now it will be Jack's turn to make the move happen or to stay in P10. Sosman is next to come up as he gets loose around the exit of turn 2. That gives Finn some time to catch up on him. Jack though stays where he is in P10. As Goldfinger's preparing to pull away from these three, fighting for the same place right now. 2 points next to their name. This is basically the only battle to follow right now, as everyone else is about 1 second more in the leaderboard. Jack going really close on Goldfinger. He tried the same move Goldfinger tried a lap earlier. But Goldfinger has more EIS, so that could mean only one thing. Shui comes into the pits right now. Shui comes into the pits right now. No, that's not Shui. My bad. That's Shadow. Shadow came into the pits. I just saw a rebel on the truck. I was looking at the leaderboard, so my bad about that. Got confused. So Shadow comes to the pits and pits for hard, obviously. That promotes a couple of drivers up, and yeah, everyone else still staying behind each other. Jimbo is getting closer to Damien once again. Could have the chance for a move if he catches up enough on the Aston Martin ahead. Shui, I think, will stay out for... No, actually will come in this lap. So he does come in at the end. He does come in this lap at the end. Jack stays out. Jack continues on because he knows the overcut is more powerful. But will Anirudh come in? No, he won't. He will follow his teammate. So now it comes down to who gets the fastest out lap on the fresher tires. As Shui comes exits the pit lane right behind Jimbo. So this could be really painful for Shui, as he has to warm up the tires and then he will have to pass the McLaren of Jimbo, the Aston Martin and Damien, to get up to P3 at least. To get close at least to P3. As we have Jack closing up on Goldfinger. This battle, my god, it's going on for quite a lot of time. And it's nice to see, not gonna lie, don't get me wrong on that, but yeah. Nice to see it's lasted for so long. I think the driver's having quite some fun as well. As Jimbo's also close below a second, but now it's the time to see. Jack comes to the pits right now. Will anyone follow him? I don't think so. No, he won't. He stays out. Anyone stays out. Now Keys also comes into the pits now. Damien pits. Jimbo pits. Let's see where Shui gets up to. Shui gets in front of Jack, so I guess Toastman, when he got in front of Finn, it was because not in front of Finn. Yeah, Toastman, when he got in front of Finn, it was because Finn probably lost something on the on his lap, and that's why Toastman caught him. But Jack now has the advantage, sort of, to catch up to Shui. On one lap younger tyres, though it will be quite tough, knowing Shui's pace, but it can happen. Up next we have Anired, who's still yet to pit, and he will have to do so now not to lose any more places. As everyone now pit at least once, so everyone can do whatever they want now, as they got off the one tire rule, which means basically you have to pit for at least one different set of tires during a Grand Prix if it's dry conditions. Shui now improves the lap time even further. Goes up to 1:30.392, and it goes on for one more run. What could he be doing? I think he'd be trying to get Shui up to a point where his mediums were enough that fresher mediums will catch up eventually, even if he loses time warming them up. It could be something he's doing. I did that on Friday, and I was faster for quite a few laps. Now, there's to say the mediums get war faster, so yeah. While Shui goes purple sector 1, he doesn't want to stop just yet, as Jack Brand still close to Goldfingers. Those drivers are close to each other, but they're not making moves whatsoever. So I always say they're close to each other, but yet they end up not making any moves. So yeah, because it's hard with if you have enough EIS. As I said, the driver stays behind you. They won't have enough momentum to get the move done. And also the pace counts as well. Time to see then. Will Anired pit? Anired does come into the pit now. And that will promote Shui to the lead of this Grand Prix, and also a new fastest lap, 129.584 from the Red Bull driver, as Jack now passes the pit lane, passes his teammate. It's back to where we started pretty much. Bram though will have the chance to pass Anired, though he's on all the tires, as there is a safety car. Actually not a safety car, my bad, a virtual safety car. It's a virtual safety car only. And Anired will have the chance to get in front of Goldfinger. That's massive right there. That's really massive for Goldfinger here. Even though he will have the IS, but Goldfinger, as you saw, he was quite aggressive. He wanted to get that place at all costs, but he has to stay behind the Mercedes driver of Anired, who could possibly help his teammate now. His academy mate. And also his teammate, not gonna lie. Though his teammate is already protected by Bram. So it's a virtual safety car for, I think, Slevy, losing the whole front wing possibly. As the virtual safety car gets off now. And he gets off to the point. Goldfinger has the eyes on, and Red almost comes to the point of making contact with the Mercedes driver. Look at how close everyone is to each other. As Stoseman spins at the back, poor Stoseman that is. And then Red and Goldfinger going side by side, already up the next corner. Around this long chicane, I call it like that because it looks like a chicane, but it isn't. So long chicane makes sense. Still side by side round the penultimate corner. Will Goldfinger go for it? Will Goldfinger go for it? He's pushing him right now. He's braking a bit earlier not to make contact. He does want the DRS. He does have the DRS round the last DRS straight to start the 21st lap of this Grand Prix. 8 laps remaining, or actually 9 laps remaining. He goes round the outside. The Alfa Romeo on the Mercedes. Mercedes has a better run though through the exit. And he keeps the place. Toseman gets the place and his teammate. Goldfinger still has the ice. Another round of overtaking opportunities goes here. Anyone locks up. Goes on the outside. Goldfinger almost loses it. And loses quite a few tenths. Jack, Finn and the others still watching this battle. Wanting to get involved in that. Finn almost got to the back, almost make contact with Jack Brander. Goldfinger having one more time, but he looks like Animate is now pushing away. He got his tires up to temperature. He now has just to find the pace to catch up 4 seconds, and then actually 9 seconds, a total of 9 seconds on Bram and on Jack, because 9 seconds is what the gap between him and Jack. As Callum went full softs when he pit, so may have been Callum causing the virtual safety car, thinking on it now. I don't know who may have been, but you know, it could make sense. As we have close fights still between Jack Brand, Keys and Finn. Jack Brand having another chance at making the move on Goldfinger happen. And Finn will have quite a nice attempt at making the move on Keys happen as he got past him. He got passed by him, actually. If I remember correctly, he did. I don't remember him being in 8th place. He wasn't ahead of Keys, if I remember correctly. Before the after the virtual safety car, he was. So I don't know what happened there. Keys getting closer to Damio, not Damio, Jack Brand. Using these last bits of EIS to get the move done. Probably wants the move. Skis gets the move on and his academy mate up turn 1 on the inside, and now up to the I was about to say I was about to go for the fight on Goldfinger, but he spins instead at the turn to exit. That's not gonna help him at all, especially when he has to fight Toastman on 5 lap younger tires. Toastman is on 5 lap older tires, but yeah, mediums will die at some point, so he has to hope that he can pull away from Toastman now, especially after a spin where your tires get hot. Jack Brand now gets 3 seconds of track limits. 3 seconds of penalties for track limits. Not gonna help to the end of the race, but it is what it is. As Jimbo's getting closer to Damien now, who also has a penalty. Both of them have a penalty actually. So does Finn. So only 4 drivers who have a penalty basically are Jack Brand, Finn, Damien, Jimbo. Jimbo now looking to go for a move on the Aston Martin ahead of them. Actually, look at how many 5 seconds were given out in the pits. Only guy who got a non-5 second time penalty is Jack Brand, who got a 3 seconds penalty for track limits, but the rest of the drivers, Finn, Damien, Jimbo, got a 5 second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane, which is unusual to see, but it happens. Meanwhile, both the AlphaTauris close to Keys for a possible move, but let's remember Keys has 5 laps younger tyres, though the wear is different for the mediums and for the hards. The mediums get wall faster, so yeah. As Levy has a moment at the exit of turn 3, this exit is locking lots of drivers, is catching lots of drivers slacking there. And so is turn 2. I'm sure he's extending the gap massively now to 10 seconds. A safety car right now would probably make this race even more chaotic. And if it happens, I think everyone will like it because it benefits pretty much everyone. Not sure, but just the rest of the grid it does. Now I'm noticing, by the way, that we're getting less and less safety cars each race. What I mean with that is that in races like these, it's like nice to see that the safety cars don't get deployed as often when a crash happens. We got a virtual safety car. No, I'm talking about full safety cars. Even on Friday, I saw like there were crashes, but no safety cars or virtual safety cars got deployed, and we haven't got one since the start of the season. So it's nice to see that at least an improvement has been made in terms of if there is a minor incident, you don't get a safety car for everything that happens on the track. So I don't know, I'm starting to think going to standard safety car could even help here. Like usually we used to go on standard because there was no reduced option, I think. And if the reduced option is like this, I think standard would be fair. Try it out once more and see how it is. As Livy and Jazzmister going side by side round turn 6. This is the same thing which happened, which usually happens at this corner. You cannot go side by side. Jazzmister there going for a spin, almost getting lapped by Shui, as you can see him on the minimap. As meanwhile, Jimbo is really close to Damien to go for a move around the inside. He goes for a dive round the inside of turn 1. Damien sticks round the inside though of the next corner, obviously. Jimbo having the Jimbo they're getting the place. Damien's still trying to fight it back though, even though he's not completely side by side as Callum and Shadow there. Actually, just Shadow who spun. Shadow not having the best races, down in P14. Not the best races at all. Callum on softs, who has to hope that they will last enough, and they will last for enough until lap 29. Will that happen? That's the question. As Chessmister comes to the pits once again and gets lapped by Shui and probably Red as well. Damien meanwhile is looking to go for another move on Jimbo. He's just 5 tenths behind the McLaren driver. Guys, what opened. Too far back at the moment. And it's lap 27 out of 29. So right now, it looks like the race may end like this, but as I say, anything can happen. And I think we may see the reason about why I say that soon. I think if something happens, don't blame me. Well, I guess you could, because yeah, just saying, it's something. We got close battles, yeah, but at Bahrain it's not that easy to overtake if you with just the EIS. You got to have enough EIS too. And that's what Toastman is showing right now, as he's close to keys right now. He's been close to keys for quite a lot. But if he doesn't deploy EIS, as you can see, he's not gonna get anything from it. Oh, he looks closer now. He looks closer because keys, I think, has been running EIS for quite a lot. So Toastman gonna get. Is he gonna get a point from this or not? We'll see. As he's up to go onto the last year straight, they both lock up. That's what opened for Toastman, as he wasted some years as well. Gets the plays on Keys. Will Keys fight back? No, Keys will stay behind to get the eyes for the next straight. As the mediums, you can see they're starting to get somewhere and not be efficient as they used to be. As we have a spin from and another spin from Damio. Damio spins, and so did the McLaren of Jimbo. That's massive. They could have a contact actually, which I didn't get on stream, but you could have been contact between Jimbo and Damio. We'll see from FIA, I guess, in the FIA reports, but I'm pretty sure it could have been, because they both spun, and it's quite weird. I mean, it can happen, but they spin at the same time, but yeah, looks weird. May have been contact between Jimbo and Damio, as I said. This gives Toastman the eyes to play with. As by the way, Shui started the last lap, so I guess Shui may win this race unless anything happens at the last lap for Shui. But that's how it stands for now. Yes, we're open for Toastman, who starts the final lap as well. This would open for Toastman. He goes on to Jimbo, who has way worse tyres than Toastman's. And thanks to Jamie's spin, now Keys is promoted to P10. Jimbo is now trying to go at Toastman for a possible overtake, but he's too far back. It's the last lap, everyone. Now drivers are basically pushing to the limit to get the plays they need. As Jack picks up a 3-second time penalty, which is not gonna make anything in any case for track limits. Jack Latford. That's his name on this grid as well. Though his name is El Taco Jack. Because he's from a different platform. So you see, from different platforms, you see the usernames differently. You see the EA ID. Meanwhile, Shui forgot to get the shot, but Shui wins the 7th round at Bahrain for Tier 1 after a race he pretty much dominated. That weekend he pretty much dominated. Got basically a grand slam that is from Shui. Fastest lap, pole position, and race win. What could have you asked for more? But Jack Thor crossed the line to finish in 2nd, Bram in 3rd, anyone in 4th, Go Figure in 5th. Then we have Jack Brand, Toastman, Finn, Keys, Wickers, Jimbo, Damio, Callum, Wickers at the end got the place in Jimbo. Shadow, Slivy was about to cross the line as well to finish in 15th, and Chessmaster in last place. 4 DNFs, actually 2 DNFs, 2 disqualifications. That is Matt Copper both has out of this race, unfortunately. That was Mercedes for last weekend, and then Sheehan disqualified for stopping on track. Mika Hackstrap for probably disconnecting at the formation lap. That's it for your first weekend of Bahrain for FWL. That is Shui there. Congrats to them for winning yet another race in this season. That's a podium celebration there. Congrats to Shui, Jack and Bram for getting the win and the podium, and all of them actually, I think that win can be classified as podium as well, so Shui got both the win and the podium. For statistics, I mean, yeah. That's your final race results screen. Let me get everything we need for the, in case anyone needs it. So then we have Shui first, then followed by Jack, Bram, that's the top 3, then Anyred, Goldfinger, Jack Brand, Toastman, Finn, Keys and Wickers, that rounds out your top 10. Jimbo, Damio, Callum, Shadow, Slivy, Jasmine, Matt Copper, Hostfiller, Sheehan, and Mika Hackstra complete your final race results for Bahrain Tier 1. We're not done yet for the weekend. We have 2 more races to go, which are tomorrow. Tier 3 at 6 PM GMT, which will be pretty much right after the real F1 race. This should end around 6 PM my time, so 5 PM your time. Oh wait. Yeah, correct. So yeah, I guess it will be right after the real F1 race, which starts at 3 PM GMT. And then we have Tier 2 at 8 PM GMT, and that will be it for Bahrain. And we'll move to Imola, a sprint race as well at Imola for round 8 of season 8. And there will be 2 more races to go after that. The standings, the championship is getting closer and closer, actually, if you think on it, and we could be starting to talk about possible championships winner. I think from round 8 we'll be able to do that. I'm checking right now if everyone is correctly placed in the results. So temporary standings, see, oh my, there are 3 teams. This is temporary, by the way, so unless there are any FIA penalties and stuff, of course that will change. But if you want to hear the temporary standings, we have at the moment, Bram leading, and Callum, Callum in 2nd, and Toastman in 3rd, and then Shui in 4th, Kiza Young in 5th, and so on. But what impressed me the most is the constructors. So Williams is still leading, but Alfa Romeo, Mercedes and AlphaTauri are temporarily tied with 110 points for the second place in the constructors. So Imola will see quite a nice fight. I'm pretty sure about it, and I think we'll be able to start seeing who wins the championship and who doesn't from Imola onwards. So I guess that is it for the stream. Thank you everyone for watching, and we'll see you all tomorrow at 6 PM GMT for tier 3 and at 8 PM GMT for tier 2. Bye for now.